Hey guys, how's it going? Random Texting Stories here, and today I am going to be reacting to a death battle, that being Skyrim versus Dark Souls, specifically the Dragonborn versus the Chosen Undead, so Dark Souls 1 to be specific. I'm going to be reacting to this with a couple of friends of mine, because they are into Skyrim and Dark Souls, so I figured they'd want to join in on this, so, yeah. So let us, commence with this. Okay, I'm back. Alright, turn down just a little bit. Okay.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brand.
No one cares.
The Chosen Undead, the accursed god killer from Dark Souls.
I guess I'm gonna help turn this up.
Resigned to captivity,
I thought it was
these
gonna be
two
too loud for you.
demi-human heroes embraced their destinies and stared down the very gods themselves.
And devoured their friggin' souls!
Because these two lack specific canon arsenals and movesets due to being role-playing protagonists, for this death battle we're giving them everything they have and maxing out all of their stats.
Which is totally possible in-game if you're willing to grind. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and
Well, I mean, what
skills
kind
to find
of
out
weapons
who
can
will
you
win
realistically
a
give the
death
Dragonborn,
battle.
though?
Our story
He has a limited carry
begins
weight, doesn't he?
at the end. The great cities
Dragonborn?
of old
Yeah.
have collapsed.
Yeah.
The heroes are dead or mad,
But he also
and the
can do a
golden age
champion
is
alchemy
over. Looking out upon
exploits.
their decaying
I guess that is
kingdom,
Yeah, you forget that he has the infinite butt pocket of wisdom. He just pulls it out of his ass.
Yeah.
Thing they couldn't do.
The world has
Well, exactly
been
how
by
big
the
can he
undead
exploit
curse,
this?
turning anyone with the mysterious
You can go literally into the millions. It will crash you, but you can do it.
Really? Oh, damn.
But
Okay, I didn't know
there
that.
is a prophecy of a chosen undead who will journey to Lordran, the home of the gods, and save the world.
Shaggy rapping?
Okay, I'm gonna pause a second to read this shit. Burrita Pygmy Descendant. Ageless. Height, weight, gender is variable. Prisoner of the Northern Asylum. Merged into the soul of Cinder. He likes Tarkus, Sigmire, and Priscilla. Priscilla? That chick in the painting?
Yeah.
Okay. Dislikes patches.
Well, yeah. Basically.
Well, duh. Basilisks and easy easy mode.
It's that same dinosaur sound effect.
Dislikes easy mode, of course.
An assist from
Moving on.
unlucky knights and a giant raven before one unlikely hero was ready to claw their way through their progenitor's forgotten homeland.
And it helps that as long as they can keep their sense of purpose, an undead will always resurrect at the nearest bonfire. Now they might
You see, that's the thing. How is the Dragonborn gonna fight off against that?
personality and their sanity, but the curse
The
gives them as
Dragonborn
much
just
time
shoves
as
his
they need
face
to
full of
get good.
apples and bread.
Undead are
Remember, he could stop time to consume 30 cheese wheels at one moment.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything when the Dark Souls character can just come back from the dead.
And they can have their souls
Yeah, it's called the Soul Cairn.
Resurrection. No, you can steal their soul. That doesn't stop them.
I
They
guess.
they still come back. Soul absorption, superhuman survivability, miracles, sorceries,
Unless we're
pyromancy.
talking the Soul Cairn in the Vampire DLC,
Well,
where you just
this
send
is
your whole ass body there.
well, this is the world of Dark Souls, but this is specifically the Chosen Undead. So this is the feats and abilities and weapons that the Chosen Undead from Dark Souls 1 had access to.
Fair enough.
But it's going to be in the world of it, so maybe they might add in stuff from Dark Souls 3, because the flame, it does focus on the flame in that one too. So maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
born from their very body, because undead humans don't need their souls to survive.
Oh yeah, they even just said that
Spicy
humans
Sunny
don't need their
D,
souls to
and they're
survive,
good to
apparently.
go. If anything, it seems like they get off to it. And speaking of souls, they can absorb the souls of their fallen enemies to increase their power.
They're a master with swords, hammers, spears, axes, bows, you name it. And that's without any formal training. With the right stats and setup, they can be anything from a cartwheeling assassin to a dragon-smashing tank.
To the giantest of dads. And despite the serious gothic themes of the series, these weapons can get anime as hell. Smo's Great Hammer is a ginormous mallet the size of a sedan.
Based on its size and likely bronze composition, it'd have to weigh over 100 tons.
Bronze?
A lot like Goff's Great Bow, which can shoot pillar-sized arrows and one-shot dragons out of the sky.
Or my favorite, the Moonlight Greatsword, produced from the ass of the albino dragon and founder of sorcery, Seath the Scaleless. This baby's a universe-hopping anomaly that can fire powerful sword beams.
Oh wow, they're even bringing in shit from when it was in Bloodborne and Elden Ring.
The chosen undead has learned magic from the
That's actually pretty funny.
practitioners in the world. They can
But it makes sense though. I mean, it is the same weapon.
Reflect
Yep.
damage, throw balls of flame, control
I will just
magic,
never
crystal
not
spears,
unpicture
burn
that sword being
invisible,
created
and
from his
toss
ass
bolts of
now.
sunlight strong enough to scales off.
Like,
Even though
it's just gonna be like,
So there
I mean, don't you? Oh, wait.
In
Don't you have to
Demon
cut
Souls,
off? Don't
though.
you have to cut off the Seath's tail in order to get it?
Yes, in Dark Souls 1, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And where do you get it
what
in
do I
Demon
want?
Souls?
Your ass!
Demon Souls, you get it in the second half of the swamp.
What do I
A
want?
giant pile of slime things.
Oh yeah. Huh,
Yeah, they're all sort of holding onto it on the ceiling. You have to, like, knock them off of it
Ah,
to get the sword.
nice.
pretty limited. So if it comes down to it, they can shut off all magic in the vicinity with the miracle Vow of Silence.
Preventing anyone from speaking any spells aloud, including themselves. With this incredible arsenal and judicious attention paid to the stamina bar, the chosen undead was rolling their way to victory.
A roll so powerful it bends the laws of space and warps.
I don't think they're gonna be adding
attacks
in
like they
gameplay
weren't
mechanics
even
of
there.
the
Though sometimes
vulnerability of the
it
roll,
doesn't
though.
work and it's bullshit.
That's just a game mechanic, but great to
Yeah,
use
that's
when you're
what I thought.
panicking.
They've defeated Nido, the god of death, the bed of chaos, the mother of all demonkind, and Caliban.
Well, isn't also the Bed of Chaos
Surviving
retry
That
at the
was
first
when
flame?
the chosen undead was dragged back in time to face the fallen knight Artorias, the greatest warrior in history. And not only defeat him, but accomplish the greatest feat attributed to Artorias' legend, the destruction of Manus, the father of the abyss that threatened to consume the world.
They've even beaten other chosen undead from
Wait.
alternate
Oh wow.
worlds, like the best buddy in all.
I was reading the
games.
top corner there. I don't know if you were
Raise
either,
the
Alex.
sun, bro. And soon they were approached by these two slithery freaks. One said to link the fire, and the other said to let it die out, which totally makes sense. Wiz can
Well, the
explain
canon
it.
ending would
Dark
be
Souls
that they
4 is
link the
as
fire.
notoriously convoluted
Oh,
as
yeah.
the flow of its time stream, which is why
Just
we
Dark
have a
Souls 3,
true
obviously.
expert in the realms of nerdom to explain it for us. Oh, Jocelyn.
Oh boy,
You
here we
wouldn't
go.
believe how many item descriptions, forum posts, and moody 2013 lore videos I had to watch through for this. It's story time, kids. In the beginning, the world was
Okay.
unformed and static. Then suddenly, the first flame burst to life, and with it, the concepts of heat and cold, life and death, energy and time, light and dark.
Sounds like a mythological Big Bang.
The gods were granted immensely powerful
Well, the world
souls from
existed
the first
before
flame,
the first
but their
flame
greatest
ignited.
fear was the soul possessed collectively by the race known as humanity, the Dark Soul. The Skyfather Gwyn feared humanity's immortality, and so sealed their dark souls within them. But as humanity reproduced, the Dark Soul collectively grew and the first flame waned. Turns out humans were naturally undying, or according to the gods' propaganda, undead.
Gasp! It's all a conspiracy. The undead curse was a lie.
Linking the fire means using your very soul as fuel to keep the first
Well,
flame burning.
I don't know about that, to be honest. Or naturally, I don't know, because a lot of time passed after when you link the flame in Dark Souls 1, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of characters that weren't not in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I buy in that every single person is naturally undead. Because the only reason why people were undead to begin with was because of the curse that the flame was igniting in the first game. But we were told that the curse would be done after we reignited it. And everything was relatively fine after we did, for the most part. Up until more people ignited, of course. I don't know.
Believes their immortality is a curse, they'll do anything to prevent it, including burning fragments of the Dark Soul to keep the Age of the Gods going.
So you're a pawn in a game played by decrepit gods desperately clinging to power. Well, that's a huge bummer.
They might look like a depressed California raisin, but in order to link the flame, their soul needs to be strong enough to maintain the whole universe and the flow of time for another 1,000 years.
Other similarly powerful undead across time are swift enough to dodge lightning and even light itself. Based on their dodge compared to this beam and the time it took to reach them, they'd be reacting and moving at over 20% the speed of...
Link the First Flame or became the Dark Lord.
Light.
At the end of their quest, they faced down and defeated Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, long hollowed.
I don't know if that would be
flame 1,000
canon to
years
be
ago.
including both
So,
of them, but if they
which
want to
will
do that,
you
that's on them.
choose? Link the fire and prolong the current age, or let it fade until only dark remains?
This is the biggest bummer of them all. Truth is, it never mattered. The cycle just continues age after age, with new heroes replacing the old ones, until the chosen undead was long forgotten.
Until the infinite march of time ground the world to ash. It was never about the happy ending. It didn't exist. It was about the struggle to get there. That's ultimately what gives us meaning.
This episode of Dead's Back.
No one cares. Alright. Let's see what they gotta say about
You're
Dragonborn.
finally awake. Welcome to the frosty Viking paradise of Skyrim. Visit the quaint Nordic villages. Hike up to the throne of the world. Marvel at the beauty of Blackreach. Hey, what's that in the sky? Why, it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
Wait, what?
No, it's
This is-
Thomas the Tank Engine.
No,
Those are
that's
mods.
a dragon. But not just any mere Drake. This is Alduin, the World Eater, and he's come to burn everything to a cinder.
But fortunately for you, his path of destruction happened to interrupt your impending execution at the hands of those uppity Imperial pigs. That'll be the worst mistake this scaly monster would ever make.
It wouldn't be long before you escaped the destruction of Helgen and defeated a dragon yourself.
Then absorbed its frickin' soul.
That could only mean one thing. You are a being born with the blood and soul of a dragon in the body of a Nord, or elf, or Khajiit, or lizard dude destined to battle Alduin and save the world.
In their tongue, you are the Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
In their quest to rid Tamriel of Alduin's dragon army, the Dragonborn.
No, they're
became
probably gonna
a
make him
jack
Nord
of
because
all
it says
trades,
male Nord in
master
promo
of
material.
all.
They learned to be a master assassin with the Dark Brotherhood.
So I guess makes sense.
A master sorcerer with the College of Winterhold. A master thief with the Nightingales. A master dragon hunter with the Blades. And a master good boy. Who's a good boy? That's a good boy.
They even fought in the Skyrim Civil War on the side of the Imperial Legion, champions of order.
Yes.
You mean the Nordic War for Independence on the side of the Stormcloaks?
Those elf-funded Nord supremacists?
Better than those jackbooted Cyrodiil fascists? What else could I expect from a monster who steals from innocent villagers by sticking buckets over their heads?
They can put their skills
Wait, you
to
can do
good
that?
use with an
Yeah.
absolute glut of weapons.
That's
Oh
an
my
actual
god,
thing
I
you can
have
do.
to do that now.
Swords, hammers, and axes, and also special weapons given to them by the Daedric princes.
They're basically crazy powerful gods from the plane of existence
hell?
called Oblivion. From that wascally wabbit Sheogorath,
What?
the Dragonborn received the Wabbajack, a staff that casts a completely random spell on its target, from disintegrating them to healing them to turning them into a chicken.
From Meridia, they received
Or a sweet
the
roll
Dawn
that you can
Bringer,
eat.
a holy sword made for burning the undead to ash. That's similar to Oriel's bow, which can shoot fiery arrows that can blot out the sun. Cover the distance between the
See,
Earth
now
and
I
the
think
sun
that would
in 2
definitely be
seconds.
something that could
The
probably
arrow
fuck
would
up
have
the
to be
Chosen
moving
Undead.
at over 250 times the speed of light.
Except this isn't Earth and the Sun. This is the planet Nirn, and that's Magnus. According to the Elder
What?
Scrolls lore master Michael Kirkbride and his in-universe text cosmology, when you look up at the Sun, you're actually looking into a dimension of pure magic. Confused yet? I am.
Exact measurements here are difficult to make, but if anything, the distance should be much greater.
Wait, what?
Speaking of magic bullshit, the Dragonborn can heal themselves, cast wards and destructive elemental spells, control minds, conjure weapons, and summon lesser Daedra to help them out in a scrap.
They're an especially powerful mage because their mana recovers itself automatically over time. They'll never truly run out of firepower. But as a Dovahkiin, the ability they're most famous for is the Thum, or shout. By speaking the words of the dragon language, they can manifest their will into reality.
Like with the classic Fus Roda, an unrelenting force which can knock your neighbors into next week, or Soul Tear, which removes the soul from your enemy's body and stores it in a cute gem, like so.
What?
Reversal!
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Wait.
Really? What DLC is that?
Oh.
Student
Heart-
loans,
not
man.
Heartborn,
Something
frickin'-
had to cover the down
Was it
payment.
the Dragonborn one?
With these shouts, the Dragonborn can summon country-spanning storms.
I wanna
slow
think it was
down
the-
time, and
I
even
can't
call
remember
upon
which
a
one, actually,
dragon for
but-
help. Odin,
I don't know.
Dragons may look like scaly reptiles, but in reality, they're immortal demigods older than time itself. They're the children of the chief god of Tamriel's pantheon.
The Dragonborn is an unstoppable force of nature. If they happen to take any damage, they can just drink a potion or nosh on a cheese wheel and
Oh my god.
See? Ryan even said the cheese wheel.
Not enough cheese wheels. There we go.
My dream.
Assuming these abnormally
Oh my
large
God.
cheese wheels have an average weight of 70 pounds, we can determine that the Dragonborn can carry up to 10,500 pounds of cheese.
And that makes sense,
What?
considering they can match muscles with giants who are so strong they can shatter the game's spaghetti code to pieces.
The last Dragonborn has battled the vampire Lord Harkon, ended Skyrim's
Oh my
Civil War,
God.
and defeated the first Dragonborn, Mirak.
And according to the book, The Guardian and the Traitor, Mirak was powerful
Yeah,
enough to
Mirak,
tear
the man,
apart
the myth,
island
the
of
pussy.
Solstheim from
Well,
Skyrim's mainland.
I mean, did he? Because didn't the god technically absorb him?
We can determine that
Yeah, the
Solstheim is a
god
landmass
killed him,
nearly
technically.
1,500 miles in diameter. In order to move that much,
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
but-
he technically was able to put him down,
Mirak's
like,
magical
knock him
prowess
down,
must have
but
output an energy over
in the end, it was the
300
god that
teratons of
absorbed him.
TNT.
Yeah.
That's 3 times the impact of the
and we never had to fight against the god, at least not yet. At least, wait, did we
Not
have
too
to at
crazy,
some point?
but shouts can get strong enough to shake the world itself.
It wasn't long before the Dragonborn confronted Alduin in Nord Heaven and put an end to the World Eater once and for all.
The epithet is literal. By absorbing the souls in Skyrim's afterlife, Alduin was powerful enough to devour everything. Not just the planet of Nirn, but the Kalpa, the entire timeline past, present, and future.
That's the level of unimaginable power the Dragonborn is dealing with here.
Tamriel is no stranger to great heroes across its vast, sprawling history. The Nerevarine, the hero
the-
of Kvatch, all magnificent in their own right.
But when you heard that shout echo through the mountains and the death throes of a dragon defeated, you knew it could only be the Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin.
The Whitehold City Guard, because I was too lazy to fight a dragon.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, other than when it comes down to it, the only way for the Dragonborn to realistically destroy the Chosen Undead fully would be for him to destroy the First Flame. But would he be able to do that?
Probably not.
Exactly. So, but here's the problem. Also, I don't think the Chosen Undead is gonna realistically be able to do enough because it takes a while for the Chosen Undead to come back. During that time, the Dragonborn can just heal.
But the thing is
we
there's
talking
parrying
orc?
in Dark Souls. There's no parrying in Skyrim.
Are
This
we
is
talking
true.
orc stuff right here, where the WoW never ends? Just constant battle?
It might be.
Let me. Well, realistically speaking, who has more magical prowess? I do believe the Dragonborn. Same with healing. But who has longevity along with being able to come back continuously? The Chosen Undead. So.
And Chosen Undead has Soul Stream.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm a fire in my laser.
I'm a fire in my laser. All right, I'm gonna go with the Chosen Undead. What about you, Alex?
That's what I was thinking too, but I'll
Ryan?
go.
Probably Chosen Undead. I'd like to say Dovahkiin because mods, but like,
Well, they're not
it's
gonna.
gonna be
I don't think they got it in mods.
nah. So Chosen Undead. No matter how much I love munching on my cheese wheels.
Yep.
And then, sorry, Alex, what was your official answer? I didn't really finish my bad.
Oh, I was gonna say Chosen Undead, but I'll just go Dovahkiin just to be different.
Just
Yeah?
contrarian.
Yeah, why not? Why not? All right. Let's do this.
Death battle!
If the Chosen Undead wins, I expect a Praise the Sun emote to happen.
Yeah.
The flame burn the age of humans to ashes. The ancients of dark will do anything.
You know what emote I want to see if he wins?
What?
I want to see, fucking the twirl.
Oh.
Just the little data.
Oh,
Circle.
he blocked the first one dot.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about that you can block spells with your shield in the Souls
yeah.
game. So
Oh yeah, this is true.
Sorry.
It's fine. Oh, Snow's hammer. What? Knee to the arrow. I mean, arrow to the knee.
Yep.
Oh, damn. Oh!
Still the time.
Oh, there goes one. Okay, well, okay, they're giving Chosen way too much credit here to be able to revive that fast. But hey, works to his advantage, I guess. Which one was that? Oh, wait, Summoning Dragon.
Our guys fought dragons before.
Yeah, definitely.
It's my boy.
To be fair, that is realistic. Most Dragon
Yeah.
Fire blends are able to frickin' kill you with one hit. Oh, Summon Storm.
Yep.
Oh! Oh, the only great sword. Oh, Dawnbreaker!
Yeah, the worst quest in Skyrim.
Oh, Valve Silence.
He just used the thing that where he can't use spells.
For shouts.
Or anything.
Yeah, true. Oh! Oh, well, it freaking wore off.
Save this world, chosen warrior. Bring the fire.
Wait, what?
Let true
Wait,
dark
what?
be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
Whoa, what?
You die!
Oh my god, this boss is bullshit!
This debate
It looks like the Dragonborn won, but... What?
To be fair, I should have gone with Dragonborn at the start.
I'm
but
gonna
they
let
didn't even
them-
put him in the godly armor.
I'm gonna
Dragonbone.
I'm gonna let them explain a
was
little bit first before I
fascinating.
frickin'
The Dragonborn had a wider variety of training, better access to summons, and magic that passively regenerated, as opposed to the Chosen Undead's limited pool of magic.
Vow of Silence was a slick counter to the Dragonborn's magic and shouts, but it wouldn't last forever.
The Dragonborn was significantly faster, too. The Chosen Undead could dodge beams of light, sure, but Oriel's bow could fire arrows that move at least 250 times that.
But none of that
Wait,
mattered.
but did he have to deal with that bow being fired at him?
No.
Well, then there's no evidence that suggests that he can dodge that, then.
Chosen Undead couldn't stay dead.
You'd think the Dragonborn's anti-undead weaponry like Dawnbreaker would be an easy solution, but the undead of Dark Souls aren't really the same as Draugr from Skyrim.
Skyrim Undead are more like those classic reanimated skeletons. But remember the conspiracy. Humans in Dark Souls are naturally
That conspiracy is
mortal. They're
shaky
not
at best.
actually undead.
Soul Tear wouldn't have been much use either, considering humans in Dark Souls can have their souls removed without dying.
So, why didn't the Chosen Undead just keep coming back until they eventually won? Like with any Dark Souls buzz.
One word, power. The Dragonborn had way more and greater feats of raw power than the Chosen Undead.
Oh yeah, like summoning country-spanning storms with a single shout, or defeating Mirek, who split a continent.
There's also the
What?
Lord.
Okay.
Both characters are
What?
essentially mythological demigods.
Forgot about
the same
that?
kind of vein as Hercules or something.
No, well, okay, I'm just... Yes, while the Chosen Undead is incapable of being able to do country-spanning attacks, but the only way for the Dragonborn to be able to do that is with doing Storm Call, and that takes a while for it to recharge. And secondly, I am pretty sure there is a Dark Souls boss like Magnus who is capable of being able to swallow the sun. I'm pretty sure is capable of being able to deal that much damage. So them saying that Chosen Undead isn't at least on the same wavelength as Dragonborn is a bit bullshit.
Yeah, and the thing is, for our Dragonborn in the game too is so nerfed to the ground.
Oh
The
yeah.
Skyrim's version.
Too bad it wasn't Dark Souls 2 Lightning Bolt.
Well,
That would have been a different story.
hold up.
Yeah.
Also, what they say also about the lore? Hold up.
So, the lore. Both characters are essentially mythological demigods in the same kind of vein as Hercules or Sun Wukong. Gameplay alone won't give you the best idea of their full power as characters.
So, let's get an idea of their max potential from the lore.
The chosen undead sustaining the first flame with their soul was insanely impressive. Considering the first flame is responsible for the core concepts of the universe, like energy and time, it's not a stretch to say it affects not just the planet they live on, but the whole universe.
But that's nothing compared to the power levels in the Elder Scrolls.
Let's compare the first flame to Alduin. Both literally run on the power of souls, and both can be directly scaled to our combatants.
Alduin had strength to consume the universe, not just Nirn, but the Kalpa as well.
You know those planets you see in the sky? According to cosmology, those are actually separate, infinitely big planes of reality. Alduin was going to eat infinity. Multiple infinities.
In comparison, the first flame is powerful enough to sustain a universe and the flow of time, but it can't.
Okay. They put pluses and minuses. I'll read them off. For the Chosen Undead, his pluses is greater survivability, and he can resurrect upon death. The minuses that he got is that he will eventually go hollow, which is not true at all. The only way that he would go hollow is if he loses the will to fight, and the Chosen Undead, by most accounts, can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has a legitimate goal in mind, which is to secure the flame, which if we're going off of lore-wise, he has to get to the flame, which we don't know how long it took. For all we know, it could have taken a couple months or a couple years of him consistently dying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But he kept going through it all. But anyways, though, another minus is too slow and too weak to win, which I can agree with the too slowish
Should have just took his
part.
armor off, then bam, he would have been lightning.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah.
More limited arsenal. For the Dragonborn, far more powerful, much faster, can regenerate their magical energy, a greater variety, but their only minus is that they can only die once. Okay, let's see what else they have
Be
to say.
infinite. Otherwise, it never would have faded to begin with.
And that meant the chosen undead just wasn't powerful enough no matter how many times they revived. With that much of a difference in power, the chosen undead would eventually lose their will to fight and go hollow. It's not traditional, but it is a form of death in Dark Souls. The chosen undead surely
again,
took
that's
a
only for those types of
but
undead.
still wasn't enough to stand up to the Dragonborn's incredible skill,
I don't know.
broken arsenal, and overwhelming power.
The chosen undead could only last so long before they flamed out.
The winner is the Dragonborn.
And he wasn't even potion glitching.
I mean, if
The funny
anything,
thing is that
This
I think
wasn't
if they
this
would've
wasn't the true Dragonborn. The true Dragonborn I know is shirtless and only uses his fists.
Yeah. But no, I think if they would have chose Elden Ring character, it would have been a different story, because Elden Ring character can cast magic and everything way faster than the Dark Souls characters.
yeah,
Other than that, they're basically the same, but
I feel like
you have to
okay.
remember the Dark Souls games, casting magic you couldn't move,
This
and
is true,
it took forever to cast.
This is very much true. But, I don't know, when it comes down to it, I do agree that Dragonborn probably had more power, but in the end, I feel like them saying that the Dragonborn, just because he had more power, can just undo the curse, I feel like is a bit, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's not how that works, though, because your undead chosen does not give up that easily.
Yeah, just after, like, losing 3 times, he's not just gonna rage quit.
Like all the other players who played Elden Ring at the start.
But, But okay, I'll be right back. I gotta finish I gotta do the outro.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, though, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys would like for me to react to more death battles in the future with these guys, please let me know down below and give this video a like. And yeah, I will see you guys later. All right, peace.